Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's October 1st, Monday, October 1st, 2018. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Here's a story I found pretty disturbing. China is removing the crosses from churches. They're replacing Jesus with President Xi Jinping. Massive crackdown against religion in China is now in full swing. So we'll take this for posterity purposes. Now I'm not sure if they're just burning the cross. Massive crackdown against religion in China is now in full swing. A massive crackdown against religion in China is now in full swing, as many crosses from Christian churches are removed and replaced with portraits of the country's president Xi Jinping and former communist leader Mao Zedong. Haunting footage of burning crosses have surfaced on social media as the communist state seeks to gain control over any remaining church operations in the country. Christian pastor Liang Zhang from Shanghai City described how heavy-handed officials stormed into his church and ordered the removal of some religious items, including crosses. For example, the banner saying, "For God so loved the world," and the scriptures were torn down, and all things related to the Bible and faith had to be cleared out, Zhang said. So here we could see them hooking up cranes to the crosses, taking down the crosses. The Express reports Mr. Lang said the crackdown is part of a government drive to sinicize religion by demanding loyalty to the officially atheist Communist Party and eliminating any objection to its jurisdiction over people's lives. But he said the attack had intensified in current weeks, with even state-sanctioned 3 self-patriotic movement churches being targeted. He said they have started to ask us to tear down things about Sunday school for kids. It says right here, trending, top FBI official Kavanaugh investigation can easily be done in a week. Many of the big official TSPM churches and the family churches were closed down. Mr. Lang said the government was introducing information officers who report behavior that is anti-government or is seen as a threat to social stability in churches. Sheesh. Information officers? Chinese church fire. He said the only areas where the Bible could be talked freely were small church setups in houses where 20 to 30 people could gather. Under Chinese law, religious followers are only allowed to worship in meetings registered with authorities, but many millions belong to so-called underground or house churches that oppose government restraints. Mr. Lang said dozens of churches had been shut down in his country, and those remaining were beginning to look like culture clubs rather than religious buildings. He said, "We now have our cross in the middle of our president's portraits, which are President Xi and Chairman Mao's portraits." Bob Fu of the US-based group China Aid said the closure of churches in central Henan region and a prominent house church in Beijing in recent weeks represents a significant escalation of the crackdown. He said the international community should be alarmed and outraged for this blatant violation of freedom of religion and belief. The latest tightening of command follows moves earlier this year to ban the online sale of Bibles all across China. think it mentioned this somewhere in the Bible that this would happen in the end days. So yeah, they're taking down crosses and they're replacing them with pictures of the leader, Z and Mao. Can you believe that? Thought I'd share that with you. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.